Hi, today I want to show you how to drive a manual transmission car that many people find very difficult and very hard to understand and even to drive. Not very many people would want to operate a manual car on the roads, but I want to show you how easy it is to actually drive a manual transmission car. And yes, maybe just a few basics like yeah, you need to know a few things like this is what we call the gear lever, and like you can be able to see the gear lever is up to counting up to six gears. Of course, the extreme end of it is the reverse gear. So okay, that's the gear lever. All right, so of course you have the handbrake with you. Yeah, so what do you need to understand or to know when you are driving a manual transmission car? So let me take you to where we have the pedals. There are three pedals, and those pedals, like you can be able to see down here, we have three pedals. This is the first one. The second one is this one here, and then the last one at the extreme right. Right. So we have the one at the extreme left, which is this one over here, and then the one at the center, and then the one at the extreme right. So what are these pedals about? So this particular pedal at the extreme left is actually what we call the clutch. And the clutch, we normally use the clutch when we are changing the gears or when you are about to brake, something like that. So you need to use the clutch. All right, the clutch is used for changing the gears, and I'm going to show you some other functions of the clutch. Then we have the one here which is at the center. So the one here at the center is actually the brake pedal. So this is the brake pedal. And also we also have this one at the extreme left leg, so right leg, sorry. So this one here, this is actually the accelerator. Right, this is the accelerator. All right, yeah. So what other functions that you need to know about the clutch pedal? So of course, like you can be able to see, your left leg will always be playing with the clutch pedal. At no point should you bring your left leg to the brake. You should use your right leg to operate both the clutch and the brake. I mean, to operate both the accelerator and the brake, not the clutch. The clutch, you will only use your left leg. All right. For the brake, you use the right leg, and also you can use the right leg to operate the accelerator. So how do you use the clutch? So of course, this is what do you call this? This one here, of course, is where you rest your leg, and especially when you're not operating on the clutch. So every moment you want to shift the gears, you have to press. You have to press the clutch in. So when you press the clutch in, it disengages the levers, and then you can easily be able to change or to shift from one gear to another. So when I press it in, when I press the clutch in, then it releases the levers. Then this becomes very easy now to shift from gear one. So that is gear one. So of course this is what we call neutral. That's the neutral gear. All right, and then you press it to the extreme end. Okay, then you push it forward. Okay, so that is gear one. So when you do that and you push it forward, that is gear one. And then gear two is right opposite it. Then when you want to shift the gear from gear 2 to gear 3, you'll come back to the central point. Then, all right, at the neutral, then you push gear 3 is right straight on forward. And then gear 4 is also found just straight, okay, to the back to the neutral, and then you come you push it backwards. That is gear 4. And gear 5, if you want to change the gear, all right, but of course remember the clutch is still in, your clutch must still be in, all right. Then what do you need to do when you want to change from gear 4 to gear 5? You come back to the neutral. Remember, every time you're changing the gears, ensure that you come back to the neutral. All right, it's very safe like that, because you don't want to destroy your gear levers and all that. So what you need to do, you come back to the central, and then you press it that direction, yeah, until it is to the extreme end, okay. Then you push it to the front. That is now gear 5. But of course, the reverse gear at the same time is opposite gear 5 for this kind of 5 5 gear transmission. So you come back, all right, to the central point, push it there, and then you have your reverse gear, right, which is normally, actually, it's one of the gears that is standalone, right? Fine. So then of course, let me just take it back to my where I started. Okay, fine. So of course, then you of course have got the handbrake. So when you want to pull the handbrake, or to release the handbrake, so just press this knob over here, pull the handbrake up a bit, then you release this knob, okay. This one becomes very easy now. So when you press it in, it becomes very easy to release down, all right. Okay, then when you are braking, and after you've brought the car to a parking, you also hold the handbrake from there, then press the knob inside, then it is very softly coming up, okay. Then you can be able to have it somewhere there. But what you should avoid is bringing up your gear without pressing the knob here. Then it will produce some kind of irritating sound, which is not very good for your handbrake. You hear, if you do it without, you hear that is not very good for your car and for your levers and all that, and brake and all that. So every time you must ensure that you get hold of it like that, then press the knob in, then it is a smooth one, then you release your hands. Fine. So that's how to change your gears. Let's do it one more time. So if I want to change my gears, of course, like I told you, you have your gear levers down there, because the first pedal, the second pedal, and then we also have the third pedal. So like I did mention to you, this one at the extreme left, this pedal here is the accelerator, yeah, and then we have the middle one is the brake pedal, and then the extreme left, this is the clutch pedal. So can I change the gear one more time? So if I want to change the gear, I press the clutch pedal inside to the extreme end of it, okay. Then after that, I come to my gear lever, and of course, like you can be able to see, I have told you where gear 1 is, gear 2, you can be able to see the way they are there, all right. Yeah, so gear 1 is right there, gear 2 that way, all right. So let's say try to change the gear. So our brake pedal is already the clutch pedal is already inside, pressed in completely. Then I come and you must test that this gear is at the neutral point. So at that point, I simply come and press it there, all right, to the extreme end. Then I push it forward. So that is already gear 1, all right. So then I want gear 2 come back to the neutral gear. Then I press it to gear 2. That is now gear 2. And gear 3, I press the clutch, of course, all right. Then I bring my gear lever to the neutral point, okay. That is gear to the neutral point. Then I push it forward. That is gear number 3. And gear number 4 is right opposite gear number 3. So I must bring my gear lever back to neutral, then to gear number 4. And gear number 5, the same procedure. I bring back the gear from number 4 to the neutral, then I press it to the extreme end, then I push it forward. That is gear number 5. And if I want to reverse my car, I must engage the reverse gear, which is right opposite gear number 5. And what do? I ensure that I have pressed my clutch inside, like you can see. Then after that, I bring my gear lever to the neutral. I press it down. I engage it that direction. So that is my reverse gear. So now I hope that you know how to shift your gears, okay, from one gear to another for this kind of 5 gear lever manual transmission car. So definitely that's what you need to know when you are operating a manual car and with the intent to, know how to drive this particular manual car. So what else do you need to know? How do you start your manual car? So what you need to understand is that when you're starting your manual car, ensure that uh, the lever, or rather the lever is at the neutral. That's the gear lever. Is at the neutral. Of course, your handbrake is engaged and all that. Then, of course, you may have to, test is working well and all that. So then you engage your car keys. Okay, you take your car keys to the ignition point. All right, fine. So then after that, I can comfortably start my car. All right, so there you are. Uh-huh. Right. Right. And I do that. All right. There we go. Good. So if I want to start driving, so the engine is ignited, the engine is on. And so how do I drive a manual car? The engine is on and everything is at the neutral. The gear lever is at the neutral, and that's why the car is not moving. I can easily remove my legs from the pedals and all that, so I can disengage the way I want. All right. So what do I need to do if I want the car to start moving? So I must start by ensuring that the right leg on the brake pedal, okay, brake pedal, right leg on the brake pedal, okay. Then I want to engage my gear 1 to start off the car. So I must ensure that I press inside the clutch lever or clutch pedal. So after pressing in the clutch pedal, all right, then it releases the gear levers, so I can be able to now engage my gear 1. So this time it is at the neutral. So I press it to that end, then push it to the front. So that is gear 1 engaged. So the moment I start releasing my brake, if I release my brake, then automatically the car will start behaving like it wants to move. But before you start moving that, you must ensure that you release the handbrake. So you are very ready to start driving forwards. And what do? So look here, my clutch pedal is still right inside. And by the way, you can use the clutch pedal when you are braking so that the car does not stop completely. So the clutch pedal, when pressed inside, it also stops the car from sudden brake. And especially when you're on a jam and all that, you must ensure that the clutch pedal is inside alongside your brake as well. And so the clutch is helping the car not to completely disengage the engine. So what do I need to do? This is my brake. All right, that is my brake pedal. So I will release my brake pedal. All right, but the moment I release my clutch, then the car obviously will start moving. So you can be able to see that the car is already moving. So as I do that, I can also try and engage the accelerator so that I move a bit fast. So I engage my accelerator. So the moment I press it, you can be able to see you hear the reaction. All right, fine. So I'm ready to go. So I simply release my clutch a bit like that. Okay, release it. Then I apply some. I press the accelerator pedal, and the car moves. So that's it. That's that easy. So I want us to reverse. I want us to reverse. And how do you reverse? Obviously, when you want to reverse, what do? You must engage the clutch. Press the clutch inside. Okay. After you press the clutch inside, it disengages the gear lever, and then you simply come to your gear lever, and like I said, you bring it back to the neutral. All right, this is the neutral point. Okay, then after that, you know where the reverse gear is. So the reverse gear, you press it to the extreme end, and then you bring it to that end. So that is where we have the reverse gear. So you want to reverse. So the moment we have engaged our gear and all that, then it is now very easy. You just release your brake pedal. You release your brake pedal, and when you release your brake pedal, you also release the clutch slowly, and then you apply a bit of you press a bit of the accelerator, and the car will obviously start reversing. So let's try and do that. Okay, you can see that. Exactly. So that's exactly what you need to do. So then if you want to stop the car, then you ensure that before you release your clutch, and also you release your brake, ensure that you have brought the gear back to neutral. So obviously I must ensure that I press my clutch, and then I bring back the gear to neutral. Okay, all right, okay, and like I said, ensure that it is a smooth movement, so it is back to neutral. Then after the gear lever is back to neutral, so it's very easy. So you can simply now do what? Pull your handbrake. So your handbrake, I said that you hold it that position, then you press the knob in, then there's a smooth flow up. All right, yeah. Then after that, you can now release your clutch. Okay, you can release your clutch. All right. Alright, so that is it. You can release your clutch, and then you can also release your brake. Okay, you release both of them. So of course the car has now safely been packed. Then after that, you can now go ahead and disengage the engine, and by turning your key. All right, then that is it. Beautiful. So that's exactly how to operate a manual transmission car. Did you learn something? I hope so. And next time I'll tell you how to do a few things with regards to the other peripheries of a manual transmission car. Otherwise, that's how easy it is to operate a manual transmission car, and you can always try it yourself. And the beauty of driving a manual transmission car is that you feel like you own the car. You own the car because every part of your hands, the legs are in operation throughout. You must be able to use all your legs, all right, all of them, are operating, all right, and at the same time all your hands are operating. The left hand is operating on all these and all that, the brake, handbrake, the gear levers and all that. But of course you must also get to understand that there are certain kind of curves that the clutch and the handbrake are on the right hand side, and they are normally operated from the right hand side. But this is different because it is operated from the left hand side. That is how most of the cars are like. So that's exactly how to operate a manual transmission car. Thank you so much, and let's do it again next time on other aspects of manual transmission, including how to start your car on the hills without reversing, what we call hill start. Thank you for watching this video, and kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel.